We have a mystery on our hands this week. The scholars in this room are the crew of the mighty ship, the Envisioneer.
While in search of an ancient treasure, we were marooned on an island, and the keyboard of our navigational map went missing. Of the entire crew, we considered 4 suspects. Today you will hear the evidence collected against Dr. Smart and Shipwright.
We are the medical examiners, and we will be discussing about emergency medicine in the Model 1.
Splints can be helpful when you have a broken arm or leg. Sometimes, if you have a sprained ankle or wrist, a splint may be needed if it's a bad injury or if you're far away from a hospital. When putting on a splint, you have to shape it on the uninjured arm, transfer it to the injured arm, and wrap it up. When you put on a leg splint, you shape it on the injured leg and wrap it up. When putting on a neck collar, you have to shape it around your neck, being sure not to put it on too tightly, causing the person to choke. Once you've wrapped the neck collar up tightly to where you can still see your chin and it's propped up, then you wrap it and tie it. Learning about how to put on splints correctly helped Dr. Smart treat the injured crewmates.
This is a model lung. It's made to represent how your lung reacts when you breathe in and breathe out. Whenever I pull this down and the balloon inflates, it's showing you breathing in air, and whenever I push it out, it's showing how you release air. These are the different organs that make up your respiratory system. There's the nostrils, mucus, alveoli, trachea, lungs, and the diaphragm.
There are many treatments for the pneumothorax, also known as the collapsed lung. These 4 treatments are the needle and chest insertion, the surgery, and the observation. The needle and chest insertion will help and go through in between your ribs and up to the lung and take all the extra air off of the lung. This will help with the pain of the patient. If that doesn't work, then you will have to go to surgery and have to go into the lung and close it up. If there is a smaller leak in the lung, you will have to do the observation and you will be placed under an X-ray for about 1 to 2 weeks. We had to learn how to treat a collapsed lung so we can help Dr. Smart treat Chief Stewart.
Do you like robots? Well, so do we. We created a tiny little robot called an M-Bot. They're easy to build and fun to use. You can even control them with your phone. What you can do is, all you have to do really is just download MakeBlock, and from there on, it's all fun and games. In the story, the M-Bot was used to find food on the island because the crew was repairing the ship.
The M-Bot is a tiny little robot with many different variations, such as drones and larger M-Bots. It can also do stuff for you with what's in its range. For example, getting a water bottle and bringing it to you.
The amusement park is a hard but fun task. For my personal group, we were doing the teacups. On the first day, you were supposed to put together a motor, and on the second day, you built a base and you kind of did a little decoration and got an understanding of which amusement park is going to be. On the third day, your amusement park should have been finishing up and ready to present.
In this story, the island floods and the M-Bot needs to get across. For the solution, we built a truss bridge. It's made out of straws and paper clips. You can put them in the straws to connect them. This is ours. We used paper for the base so that the M-Bot can go across. The M-bots needed to go across the water to get food and resources for the crew.
One of the things we did was dissect the cow heart. When we dissected the cow heart, we had to look and find all the parts of the heart. Examples of the heart are the right atrium, the left atrium, the vena cava, and the aorta. We also learned about heart attacks. Dull pain in the chest that can radiate to the arm or jaw, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, indigestion, sweating, and nausea. Captain's log number 6 talked about how Dr. Smart wanted us to dissect the heart because he saw it as a good opportunity.
IDAX lastly will be talking about the hemotoxic snake bites. The hemotoxic snake bite effects are swelling, nausea, bruising, and difficulty breathing. The snake bite was important to the case because we needed the right anti-venom to help first mate Young get better after her snake bite.
Neurotoxic venoms affect your body, such as the venom messing with your nerves. It is important because it will help tell what snake bit first mate Young.
And this is Ashanti.
Hi, my name is Ashanti. Today we will be talking about the blood splatter analysis. We did tests and activities on a criminal investigation,
Also known as CSI. In our blood splatter investigation, we interviewed the splats and we measured the splats in millimeters.
We dropped the blood from different inches, which was 12, 30 inches, and 66.
We discovered the blood drop dropped from 30 inches.
The blood from a guy named Neff. Well, his whole name is Shipwreck Robert Neff.
He had bent over. That's how the blood fell from his head. During the activity, we had eye drops. We took the blood and dropped it from different heights. We figured out the higher the drop, the bigger the splat. This was important to the case because we had to figure out whose blood was at the scene. We can now identify how to measure blood drops from different heights.
All in all, we can conclude that Dr. Smart and Neff was working together.
We learned how to identify mystery powders. First, we had 5 powders to see which one was most like the mystery powder. We analyzed all those powders and we found out that the mystery powder was cornstarch. That means that the doctor used cornstarch to cure sunburns.
To add on to what he said, we had 5 powders and 1 mystery powder. First, we had to test the mystery powder with different liquids such as water, iodine, and vinegar. Once we saw the chemical reactions that happened to the mystery powder, we had to use all the liquids on the 4 other powders. Once we found all the reactions from those powders, we had to match them up with what the mystery powder's reactions looked like. And we found out that it was cornstarch. And that concludes that Dr. Smart used that to help all the crewmates with their severe sunburns.
Fingerprinting is important in solving a crime. That's why we learned about it at Envision. Fingerprinting benefits crime investigators. There are 3 different types of fingerprints: whorls, loops, and arches. This benefits us so we can learn how to solve a crime and everything.
The fingerprint activity is fun and can help you in the real world. If you want to catch a thief, you have to analyze their fingerprint to see if it matches your suspect. For this activity, we use cocoa powder and a makeup brush to brush over the smudged fingerprint. We had to put tape over it. After, we immediately knew it was Dr. Smart's fingerprint.
Based on the evidence our STEM group has submitted, we believe Dr. Smart and Shipwright Neff are guilty from stealing the ancient matter.